With Martin Dagenais, the Ottawa Junior Senators, after the year of years last year, off to this season, the early start, all of a sudden I see the early portions, 5 wins out of the first 11 games, and then you really seem to, really get it together, Martin, where it was 16 wins out of 20, and 2 of the losses you still got points. I think it was an overtime loss and a shootout loss. You had a 7-game winning streak in there, but it seemed from the first part of October right into December, you really turned the page.
Yeah, we had a slow start. Lost all 3 games at the showcase. We were 1-4 at one point, and kind of got rolling after the first month. A lot of newcomers. I think we had 7 or 8 guys coming back from last season's championship team, so it was an adjustment. But you know what, we have a lot of players that from day one to today that are improving, progressing at a very, very fast rate. So we think we can compete with every single team in the league. We understand it's very tight right now. There's 5 teams fighting for the top spot, so I think it will make for very interesting playoffs. But like I said, and like you said, I think from day one to where we are today, we are making big strides, and I think we're looking forward to the playoffs.
Yeah, I think in the top 5, there's only 3 or 4 point difference. You're right in the horse race. It's really tight as we go down the stretch run here. You come into this, you won 8 of the last 10, so you're kind of peaking, I guess, at the right time. Brockville Braves, 4th. This is game 5. I guess Braves have won 3 out of the previous 4. What have you seen in that series so far? Obviously, a close one at the Durrell, 3-2 game here back in the 16th.
Yeah, it's always close games. I think over the years, it's often low-scoring games when we play Brockville. Very good defensively. I think when everyone's in the lineup, you look at depth charts around the league, I think they have the best D-core. A lot of people will argue that they have the best goaltender, even though he's not playing tonight. And they have 4 good lines, and they're a tough team to play against, and they remind me of the teams that we used to have 2-3 years ago when we kept losing in the finals to CP, where we very strong on the back end, strong in nets, and had a bunch of hard-working forwards. And teams like that are tough to play against, and obviously they're well coached with Jesse behind the bench. So there's mutual respect, I think, between the 2 teams. But as soon as we jump on the ice, it's we kind of dislike each other. And I think maybe the fact that we've played so many times in the playoffs recently against that team makes it that every time we play them, there's a different atmosphere in the air.
Specialty teams obviously figure prominently, and right now I guess part of the resurgence certainly attributed to that. Number 1 in the league in the PK and number 1 in the league in power play. I mean, that's something.
Yeah, and I have to give credit to my assistant coaches. Jamie Mayo runs the PK, and it's something that every year we seem to be in the top 2, top 3. Power play was number 1 last year, and last year was a bit different because we did have those guys on the power play that kind of could do it themselves sometimes, where this year it's a lot more work. But for us to be number 1, again, credit to Chris Kushnerik and Ryan Garlock. They spend a lot of times with our guys when it comes to special teams, and I roll the lines, and I trust what my assistant coaches do with them at practice, and right now it's paying off.
Lineup this evening. Who's in? Who's out?
Well, Colin Marshall has been out for a month. Should be back in a week or 2. We lost Joe Alexander, minor injury, and obviously Owen Cole's a big part. He's going to be gone for a few weeks, but we're going to miss those guys. But at the same time, Brockville are missing 3 or 4 guys also, so they're not going to use it as an excuse, and we're certainly not going to use it as an excuse either.
What would you like to see your guys do tonight to be successful?
Compete hard, play hard. I thought last week when we played them in Ottawa, we weren't great. Yeah, we lost the game 3-2 and hit the post a few times, missed some empty net, but I thought they were just working harder than we were. And that's something that doesn't happen too often when you play our hockey club. And you know what? If I look at our last 10, 12 games, we're playing really good hockey. But last Wednesday for me was just, it's not about winning or losing. I just want the guys to play the right way and compete, and whatever happens, happens.
Thanks, Martin. Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
Martin Dagenais, the Ottawa Junior Senators.